When the government needs to build something, the job goes to the lowest bidder. It's a system designed to protect your money and to make sure everyone who wants to do business with the government gets a fair shake. But we've uncovered a $1 million project that went to the low bidder, but doubled in size before anyone in the public caught a whiff of what was going on. Matt Grubbs is on special assignment.
Call it a tale of two city projects. A story in which Albuquerque got the best of deals, and to put it mildly, not the best of deals. The tale takes place at the Albuquerque Sunport, where the plan in 2013 was to remodel the restrooms.
Here's my understanding of the situation. Contract was bid at the airport competitively. I'm hearing 10, maybe 11 bidders.
10 bidders, yeah.
10 bidders.
The mayor, a former contractor himself, says 10 bidders shows a good interest in the project. All of the bidders came in well below the architect's estimated cost. That means the city was going to get a good deal. What about the contractor?
The company that got the bid was low by about $125,000.
That means that Enterprise Builders left a lot of money on the table. Former Republican State Representative David Doyle co-owns Enterprise Builders. The mayor's wife has donated to Doyle, and 3 weeks before the bids were opened for the project, Doyle gave $2,000 to the mayor's re-election campaign. Employees with two other bidders who did not get the contract also gave money to the mayor's re-election campaign.
Because each one of those donations was reported and documented, each one was legal. With that question answered, we then pulled every construction document we could get our hands on. And what we found was that even before the city awarded the contract to Enterprise for the original work, it gave Doyle's company a chance to double its money through what the city called a change order.
The change order didn't change anything about the original project. It was all new work. A remodel of the emergency operations suite, storage areas, and a few bathrooms. Plans filed with the city show it was supposed to be an entirely different project. Weeks earlier, the mayor's second-in-command, Rob Perry, told city councilors it would be put out for a competitive bid. It was not.
With the other 9 contractors who submitted bids for that first project, do you think they would have wanted a crack at this second project that turned into a change order?
That's a good question. I don't know that.
The city got a killer deal on the project it bid publicly, saving $500,000 under the estimated cost. That's almost a third off. So why abandon plans for a public bid on the new work?
It made sense to do it. It was economical to do it. It saved the taxpayers money, and it minimized the time that it took to complete the construction.
The city consistently told us 2 things about the deal. 1, it's normal, and 2, they saved money by doing it. Neither one of those explanations checks out.
Hi, David. It's Matt Grubbs calling from Channel 13.
David Doyle did not return emails or calls. So we phoned all the other contractors who bid.
A story that I'm looking into, it's one that he bid on. For them to do a change order before the contract has even... Exactly. Strange. Okay. The size of it? Okay.
No one who talked to us told us it was normal.
Of this size, I've never experienced that.
We showed what we found to City Councilor Isaac Benton, who, like the mayor, has spent a career around public projects as a contractor and an architect.
The other bidders should have had the opportunity to bid on the project. That's my bottom line.
Benton says city rules reinforce the idea of not just a good deal, but of fair competition.
I can't see that necessarily that we've violated the letter of the rules, but I think it seems to me the spirit was violated.
The mayor,
Based on my cursory understanding, no question taxpayers saved a bunch of money here.
was steadfast in his belief that the change order was good government.
Contractor's already on site. Someone at the city, at the aviation I'm guessing, or the architect makes a decision. They're already on site. They're doing bathrooms at the airport. We have more bathrooms at the airport.
It sounds simple.
Someone at the city made a decision. Taxpayers save money.
But it's not simple. First, most of the new work was not remodeling bathrooms. And while the city saved money when it publicly bid the original project, it didn't save a dime on the exclusive change order. Here's why. The architect estimated the change order would cost $1,032,715. Enterprise's best offer was $939,676. Sounds like a good deal, right? But to help Enterprise get there, though, the city changed the project. It farmed out installation of fire alarms and the controls for heating and cooling. Add the invoices for those two things back in, and the cost creeps back up. And the city let Enterprise use cheaper materials for the bathroom floors, stalls, and the up-center window blinds, more than $52,000 in money that Enterprise didn't have to spend. But even though the project now called for less work and lower quality, the city never changed its cost estimate. Any savings on the change order vanished in a flash. The city would not let the architect talk to us, so we pulled emails from around the time the project was awarded. Those emails show the city was pushing to finalize a price on the change order before signing a contract that would force Enterprise to honor its low bid. They show the architect was concerned that Enterprise marked up its change order offer by $125,000, roughly the same amount it underbid the first project. They show the city knew it was paying more than it expected to if the project was competitively bid. And they show the city didn't think it could sell the new work as a change order if it cost too much. Finally, they show the city and Enterprise effectively settled on the cost of the change order before the original contract was signed. Despite that, the city's official file for the project makes it look like the change order wasn't considered until February.
On December 3rd, the contract was awarded. The change order wasn't awarded until several months later.
The signatures were there. At that point, I look at it as a taxpayer and say, it looks like folks at the city did their job.
All those signatures have dates no earlier than February. The change order says it was prepared on Valentine's Day. 2 letters asking for approval from the project manager and from Perry are dated in February too. The only sign of what went on behind the scenes months earlier is a loan date on top of a column on a spreadsheet, November 22nd, 2013, the day our tale of 2 city projects began. Matt Grubbs, KRQE News 13.
The mayor's office sent us 4 projects that it said showed what happened at the Sunport was not unusual. None of them indicated a planned project had been turned into a change order, and none of them showed a change order had been negotiated before a contract was signed. But we should also tell you Albuquerque's bid process uses sealed proposals, so there's no evidence the mayor's office directed that initial bid to Enterprise builders.